Hi, very good morning. So this is the month, means today it is 24th of July, and I think this month also I am going to close the month with no profit because of my own mistakes. So I can't remember where. Okay, I will tell. So let's review this actually for general setup. See, this is where the post gen or Fibonacci setup activated. I have earned in that, even though I have earned small, and then there was general setup. I have lost in that, and I could have entered in the opposite direction. See here, there was two side. Both side had different point. In the buy side, it had 120 point, and most importantly, as per the market structure, market needs to go up, but I don't know why the market was showing it will fall. Mm, so it fell down, took the liquidity, it went up. And there was another reason, that is the war. Because of war, market was uncertain. And after that, another setup was here, mm, like this. And also in silver, it was almost similar. So buy side I could have taken, but I didn't take. Otherwise here also 1:1 I could have gotten. And then here Fibonacci setup was activated, but I have not taken the trade. And also because of exam, I didn't take the trade over here. This was after exam. And then I have taken this trade. So this trade I was profitable. See, these are all general setups. I am earning from the general setup and giving it back in other in new setups that I was trying. That was the main problem. Directly I entered in the market with the new strategy, and I applied in my uh, funded accounts, means those that have live capital. I have applied the new strategy in that, and I started making a huge loss. So here was another thing. And then I entered on the post general setup after the shift of market structure. So that was also good, but I captured from here to here. I could have captured from here to mm, this area, this support area. Mm, but can you hold this now? Of course, no. 5 days. Can you hold on to the trade? It is not possible to hold on to the trade for that much long. And then I have entered again on this breakdown. Again, I made a loss. See, one touch, two touch, three touch, and then there was small structure, and then it fell. So I entered over here. I kept my SL at a logical level, which was not hit, but as I have trailed the SL, that's why it got hit. Which thing I did was good only, not bad. And then in silver I have taken another trade similar, means as per correlation I have taken the trade. That's why it had went. See, the correlating trade means it is forming same structure and everything. It is forming a good trade. So here in silver I have earned good money. And the most important thing, if I have held that trade in silver, okay, let's go to silver, and the date is 28 April. So 28 April, 28 April. See, I have taken this trade because there is a strip top structure and also it is forming a trade inside trade. Means after a breakdown there is accumulation, so there is a high probability chance that market will continue to that direction. So I have taken uh, means region everything I have followed, every rules I have followed. But in GFT what I did, the mistake was, as I was making lot of losses in other pairs, so not other pairs, other strategies. So in my mind I wanted to recover the money in gold funded trader. So when there was a small breakdown, I just booked it here instead of holding the trade till here. If I had held the trade over here, I could have taken a payout because my what to say. Mm, yes, another thing. I have entered in gold funded trader over here at this region, and here booked, so there was $60, means my account balance went up from 5,000, not 5,000, 4,960. From 4,960 it went up to $5,020 because I have booked at $60 profit. If I had held till this area, it was, means this liquidity area, it was like 100, it was giving like $100. So instead of 500, not 500, 5,020, I would have made 5,060. And if I had added another quantity over here which I was means which I wanted to add, then another 60, not 60, 50 I could have been added. So my total profit will be $5,100. But instead of that, I just booked early and took the money out of that. Similar thing, exact similar thing I did yesterday. That is in Ethereum. So in Ethereum, what I did, it was the biggest mistake. See, market is falling by forming a lower high, low, not lower, high low, high low. So here this trade I have taken. So let's talk about this one. See this one, and similarly it was forming in BTC. So here is the BTC. See, this directly jump to this area because the same mistake I have repeated after 1 month. This is the reason why we should do journaling. And as I am not doing paper journaling, I am making a loss, not performing well. Mm, Only 1 week I have beaten the market. Otherwise, every week I am underperforming. See here, uh, I have marked to this level, but here is the maximum liquidity. Means, as per the liquidity heat map, the most amount of liquidity was up to this area. So this is like, okay, let's make a split view. So this is Ethereum and this is BTC, almost identical pattern. And here the market structure has went up till 38% Fibonacci level, and here market structure has went up and took the support, not support, till 30, not 30, 23%. So in Ethereum, market was falling, and means the strength of fall was more in Ethereum. So what I did, this is I am seeing in 1 hour time frame. Let's go to 15-minute time frame. So let's go to 50. And another mistake here, another mistake I did is watching the chart in 15 minutes, but the setup is formed in 1 hour. So I could have traded it as per 1 hour. So here I did the biggest mistake. See here, I took in what Blueberry instant account, that my big account. At first I took 5 quantity. Total I could take 6 quantity. Instead of that I took 5 quantity, and then slowly I removed one. Then again I removed one. But when it went up, I thought market is reversing and it is giving a breakout of this flag pattern, but market has crossed the 62% level. Okay, it was hovering over the 62 and 65% level. That is why I was little afraid and I exited right over here. And as soon as I had exited from this area, it fell. And as per general setup, I wanted to enter over here, means I have entered in what to say 5 percenters. So in 5 percenters I have entered here, and my take profit was this level in Ethereum, not this level. It was 2060. So till here my target was there, and also in that what to say blueberry. First, what my plan was, half quantity means 50% of the quantity I wanted to enter here, that I have entered already, and another 50% I wanted to enter over here and trail the SL from this area to this higher area. But because of fear of losing my money and I wanted to prevent the account from going too much down, I made this mistake. This is totally my fault. In order to not do loss, I am booking early, I am exiting early, and I am just ruining my profit from the good setup. So this was a so much perfect setup, and it was like 120 or 130, 130 maybe, because there and also a very good correlation is there. Still I made a loss. That is very sad. And in 5%er, when I saw this much big wick, I just booked my profit over here. That is just $30, which in if I had held till this, means my take profit was like this area in fiber. So it was showing like 125. So again another thing was, as I have done profit in that week, so I didn't want to lose. See, I have taken huge number of trades this weeks and all are perfect. That is why the problem is. See, this week my risk per trade was like 0.25%, and next week I will take 1% risk, and in direct first trade only my account will be down by 1%. That is the huge problem. See, you have to be consistent in every account, means you have to risk consistently the same amount. You can little bit adjust, like if you are taking 1% risk, if the setup is not highly favorable, then you can take 0.8, 0.75, but you do not reduce the risk by too much or increase the risk by too much. This is where I am making the mistake, and this can be prevented by only one thing, that is journaling. So okay, let's get back to gold, and here let's get back to silver. So let's so another thing here, see this setup, it formed very nicely in 1 hour time frame, one touch, two touch, three touch, and gave a breakdown. I wanted to take that trade, but I didn't, because because of rules, that is of minimum three touch, 3.5 touch, then it will fall. But here only just two touch. That is why I didn't take the trade. Otherwise, see here it was a great support line. It could have been a great trade, and I think I wanted to enter over here. That is based on Fibonacci setup. That also worked. See, market is working, but because of my fault only, I am not performing well. So here is the fib setup. Again, here is the fib setup. See, now I am identifying high favorable areas that are good for fib areas, means fib strategy. So this is another trade that is good. And then market went up. If I could have seen this area, then I could have reversed the trade because the market is crossing the 62% area. And then there was a small setup over here. These small setups and the Fibonacci setup should be traded in a single account, so that, and where it should be traded in the funding accounts, not in the funded account. If you are taking in the funding account, then you can pass the account very fast. So one trade over here done. Another trade was based on the market structure and Fibonacci and a good point. So it was like this. I have taken and I have exited early with small profit. That was okay. But another setup I took over here, and I have performed very well in this setup. How well? I have managed it well. See, here it gave a breakout. I thought it will continue to go up, but it didn't, and it started to reverse. That's why I have exited the trade and I saved my ass. What another thing I could have done was a trap trading setup. Here it trapped the buyers, so you can reverse your position and take the next liquidity. Okay, done. See, here was the main problem. Now I got a full biased on the buy side, even though, see, I was making like it was going in a flag pattern, and as there was mm, Fibonacci from this top to bottom, it was at 62% levels, and so it is accumulating over this area. It means what? It means that if this level breaks, then there is a high tendency to continue on the upside, but market didn't go up, it started to go down. So this is the reason why you should be doing both side analysis and also market, because you are going to prepare for the war. And when the war starts, that time if you make the decision, you can't win. That's why before the war starts, you have to take the measures. Like Iran, what it prepared for war with the United States for 30 years. That's why it is winning the winning the war. Otherwise, maybe because of huge bombardment, Iran might have lost the war. So here also Fibonacci setup worked, not very well, but it worked. So let's go to 15 minute, and the date is 14th of May. So here mm, also see, from it worked, the Fibonacci based strategy worked very nicely from this top to this area. Also it worked very nicely from this area to this area. See, triple soldier, and it worked. I think I have won small profits over here, and also I could have win from this trade, also from this setup. So Fibonacci strategy is working, but you should separate that, and also there you should target a fixed risk to reward, that is 1 is to 1.5 is more than enough, and after confirmation entry is more better. So here it was done. So as the now I am telling the main problem, as there was a huge bias that it will go up, and also the market was showing that it will go up. See, one touch, two touch, three touch, and also there is like 120 points. Okay, let's do another thing. What is there? Like Fibonacci is there, cluster is there, and then it is going an uptrend. Price faced resistance, price took support, then trend line in horizontal. And another thing, if there is a horizontal trend line, there means there is a higher chance of trap trading. And then there is chart pattern, that is trend continuation, trend reversal. No, major trend, minor trend, 200 with 200 correlation was there, I don't know. Yes, kind of correlation was there. And this, when is this? 14th of May. 14th of May. Oh, okay. So here it was falling. Correlation was not there in upside. So 110, and on the downside there was 120. So this many touches is there. So there is means it will give a breakout and it will continue. Huh? It will continue up, but it didn't. It went up, trap. And also see these 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, but it didn't work and it fell. And another important thing, here I said to myself, I am tired, I will not take the trade. And after that only market started to move. Similarly, somewhere mm, like in December there was one trade, I got tired of the market, then market moved. So it fell. If I could have held the trade, it would have been a lot of profit, lot of profit. And then here comes the another trade. This is 120 points trade, and also one touch, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. I have entered here, but as it had shown that it grabbed the liquidity, it started to when go up. So what I did, I played over smart. I entered over here in the buy side instead of selling. And also in funding account, that is in 5 percenters, I have sold, and I held into the trade. That is why I made a profit in that. See, stick to your plan. And what to say, the market is uncertain. If I have not bought, then it will directly go to this area. As I have bought and sold, so my funded account got whipped very nicely, and my funding account got the money. And after that, another setup was there, but the point was very less. That is why I left that trade. And also there was a huge fair value gap. I wanted to target this area. So this one is negative RR trade, but I left it. And this trade, you can say from this top to this bottom. Okay, it is not perfect over here, but it is perfect over here. And also pin bar, I wanted to do that Fibonacci setup trade, but I didn't. And also it performed well over here. Now I am waiting for the head and shoulder to form. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and it is accumulating. And another thing, here I shorted and I exited manually. Sometimes manual booking is good, sometimes it's bad. It is very hard to trade. This is the reason why people doesn't make in trading. You don't have to trade everything. And also if you don't trade everything, you will miss out the trade. Like I traded this, and I left this, I missed 1%. I traded this, I own like 0.8%. If not booked, it might have taken myself. Okay, now let's go to silver. Silver in the only I am reviewing this week. Before week, wait for your setup. The main thing is wait for your setup. Here it formed the accumulation and it was like 110 points or 120 I think. Let's not go into that. So I didn't get the time to enter into this trade. In 5% I could have entered, but with a small risk I entered. I wish I could have entered with a 1% risk, but I didn't. Otherwise, if I had entered into this trade, then I could have made 1% from this, and I'm done for the week. And I exited over here because it was a good support area and also forming a doji, inverted doji. See, 1 to 1 and done for the day. If you are too greedy, you can hold 20% of the quantity, not whole quantity, just 20%. And there is one thing I said to myself that on bigger account, what I will do, I will just book 80% at 1 to 1, and I will leave the rest of the 20% for bigger target. But instead I am booking all at once. That is another mistake. So here it formed a head and shoulder at a correct level, not correct level because I don't know it will form or not. So here it was left shoulder, right shoulder, head, and then right shoulder, and then it gave a breakdown, and also it lost the buyer strength. So it fell. So much money could have been made from this by using just 0.1 lot. 10 means 1000. 0.1 from 0.1 thousand dollar could have been made, but what I meant zero. Leave that much. I could have owned just 200. That is also a more than enough. Okay, let's get back to in silver it is forming downside. Let's see. And silver it has completed the setup, and most importantly the thing is uh, let's combine. Okay, so here I am showing silver. Let's go to gold. So gold have formed a cup handle and accumulating at this neck area. And also in silver there is a bearish black pattern, and it had given a breakdown, and it is accumulating at this region. Means what? It means trade inside trade, and when there is a trade inside trade, it means there is a higher chance for the market to fall till this area. And also it has given a breakdown in gold, so there is a high probability it will fall. But let's see, it will fall or it will trap the sellers, or then it will go up. Now gold and silver is at very crucial level. Let's see what happens. And this week I have performed very well in cryptocurrency. So see, I wanted to enter over here. Here, see, this is the reason why I am not willing to trade region. I have observed means not back test, journaled, and I understood that most of the losses is done by the pre-general setup. Here there was Fibonacci level, top to bottom there is Fibonacci level of 50%. I entered at this area and I kept my SL over here. It fell directly and wiped my ass nicely. So see, a trend line support is there, market structure is there, a flag pattern is there, everything is there. There is a high tendency, and also there is a double bottom formation, and there is a high tendency that market will give a breakout of this area, and I will means money will run on me, but it didn't happen. See, these trades I have missed. If I have seen, then I could have earned, but I didn't see, that's why I didn't earn. And then there was this breakdown. I wanted to enter over here, but because of the very big fair value gap, I didn't enter into the trade. And then I saw this breakdown, I also didn't enter into that trade. And then on Sunday last week, there was this, what is this, accumulation. So I have entered over here. Another thing, let's go to 15 minute. In Blueberry, my Precious account, in Precious account I have taken the trade by saying 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 3.5 touch, and it will fall. So I have taken a trade over here. I kept my SL over here. It just went up and hit my SL. Similarly in Ethereum, see, placement of SL is very important. I have taken the trade over here and I kept my SL over here, or I think I kept my SL, I kept my SL over here. At first it didn't wipe the SL, then it wiped the SL. Then another quantity I have set in the market, not market order, limit order, stop market, not stop market, that stop, sell stop. I have kept a sell stop order over here, and I kept my SL over here, and 1 to 1 I have the target, and I booked and exited. If I had held to this area, that is the 20%, then I could have earned another 8 from that point 8, and from this point 6, so 6 let's take 1.5%. So after that whole week I have waited. I have entered here, and also I have taken in BTC, that is pre-gen. See, this is pre-gen, but this is small setup, 66 bars. So it didn't, means there my confidence was low. Market was good, everything was good, but because of my low confidence I made the loss over here. In funding peep also I exited. I could have hold on to the trade, and also in my mind, in funding peep and QT, what they said that I can't trade in Saturday and Sunday in cryptos. That was the biggest problem. That's why only in 5%er I have kept the trade alive. Otherwise, I have placed a limit order over here in Blueberry small account. I could have held and I could have made money, that is $30 in that account also, but as there was mail from them that you have to close all the accounts, it impacted my psychology. That is why you should write and plan. Okay, that's all for today. You have earned something at least. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Wish you good luck next week. See, from here to here, 1 to 1 it could have been, but funding rates and this that would have taken out my account plus another thing. I don't like this. This is my favorite setup, but I don't like it because market will go down, trap, then it will go up, then trap, then it will fall. That is the worst thing of this setup. Okay, that's all. Bye bye.